Oj, sorry.
Is it Macallan far away from Inverness?
Macallan. We have about an hour's drive.
Do we go through Inverness to go to Macallan now?
No. It's on the other side, so it's about 50 miles from the other side of Macallan, further up north. Yeah. Is this your first time to Scotland?
Only the 5th time.
Oh, very nice. First time up this way? Yes.
No, the 2nd time.
Oh, second time. Good.
Normally it's through Inverness.
Yes.
Интересно, что
Да. Еще не видел светофора.
место.
Смотри, какой мостик красивый. Ты чё? Все так спокойно.
Он нам везет сюда.
И вдруг ужасный монстр.
be the Devon. River Devon. The Devon, yes. I'll show you the speed when we come to the speed. It's Devon. See some of the mountains. Yes, yes.
It's further. It's further, yes.
Yes. Well, along here at the high point you can see some of the mountains, the Cairngorms and everything. And the highlands.
тебя всегда был дождь, когда ты приезжал, да? Никогда? Значит, здесь не бывает дождей.
Да, сейчас приду. Они будут это говорить, что мы видим.
Ну да, что не есть.
This is a reverse speed down here.
Внизу двигаться.
That's the reverse speed. Yeah.
Все
See
там
here, here.
на Макалан.
Lovely bridge. Telford Bridge. So we're different here.
Пошел, да. Но ты мне взял. Дай мне башмака. Ты же ничего не запросишь.
Разрешите спросить.
Но я могу сам взять. Могу и не спрашивать.
Но в принципе не хорошо.
Fields of golden promise barley. Harvested now.
Так где растет золотое обещание. Ячмень. Потом мы скажем.
Это Макалан собака.
Он дает цену. Вот на Будапеште, где есть маленькие там домики.
Left, but And Keith, you go straight on.
I turned off over the duck and we over the car.
Just got in 2 seconds ago.
Hello there. Good, thank you. How are you? Nice to see you. Everybody, welcome to East Velty's house in Macallan. I'm Mona Gral. Good to see you.
That's the house there. I brought my car around here, so I'll go and get my car down and we'll meet you just outside the front door. She's a little bit.
Закурить-то я закурил.
Он там уже? Да. А я думал, что мы будем здесь.
А есть разница?
Размечтался, значит.
Разница нет? Вспомните, где Паненрер, по вечерам будем искаться. Везем все здесь. Устроим тусу.
А, вот мы где.
Здесь. And there's nobody here now?
No, I guess I'm sorry.
Just for us.
Just for us, yeah. We'll try and keep it stocked up with garlic and stuff. These are the rooms. The tunnel room is here, I think. I'm in Champagne. Dimitri
Ну, давайте я сейчас сделаю сюда, как обычно.
is in tunnel. Sorry.
Света нефильтрованная, здесь точно, да?
Green Bank.
Хорошо,
Peter
хорошо. Да, будет, да.
is
Ясно,
here.
ясно, все равно.
Green Bank. Green Bank.
Вот это наш дом.
These are the slabs. Upper slabs is Alexei.
Только мы здесь. Так что
Upper slabs Alexei and lower slabs Alex.
Окей, which mine?
You are round at Greenbank. Just get that one right, guys. The upper slabs of this one here.
Да, ну красиво. Дерево красивое, а ты не очень. Так что не смотри в камеру.
По крайней мере, честно, да?
единый твой комментарий.
А, хорошо.
Самое.
Сейчас поем только. И сразу пойду.
Там, да, как он рассказал. Они были в склад, там очень много человек. А нет, это даже не... Иногда бывает.
like a ram. I'm sure you're ready for this now, gentlemen. You're very welcome. There we go. And Tom?
Oh, you know what?
I think
You better, eh?
I think I will.
So, welcome to Mr. Elkie's house.
Thank you.
And very nice to have you all with us for a few days. And I hope you'll really enjoy yourselves. A hectic.
Сейчас, подожди.
А здесь она начинается в 1937. Ее нет уже.
Да?
Да,
Все,
всё.
я русскую.
Это последняя бутылка,
Ну,
никогда подавал.
значит, нет? Черт. Ну почему? Это было бы так здорово.
Напиши ей служебное письмо. Хорошо.
One of the Russian teams last night got bad. Their team's only get their team's playing Man United tonight.
It was, but who's now the trainer for the Spartak? It's a new one from Poland.
I'm going to put that in the kitchen and ask the cook, ask Hazel what it is tonight.
Хамаканец. Помнишь, вот здесь мы сидели, оп, кушал перед камином.
Ладно.
Компьютер есть и все. А мы живем. Это смешно. Да, да. Вот здесь вот река, да? А мы там копали.
Так вы ничего не поймали, да?
Конечно нет.
Вообще ничего. На уме стоит.
Там близко, разобраться, взять. А, плавком? Плавком? Червяка? Железный.
Это не настоящий, типа муха вышла красивая.
Ну, 50 километров подъехали.
Как будто так вот только вот над этим местом, подъезжая,
Надо же делать людям правильно.
действительно праздник.
какая прелесть. Прелесть.
No, they're just too smaller. Tomorrow, Friday, with the bigger things. Давайте попробуйте.
А он дальше не шеет.
Мы потеряли наши друзья в этом городе. 50 человек. Мы вас потеряли.
Не купаться, поехали.
Больше всех есть хотел. Вот.
Да.
Да. Это магазин просто. Вот такие дураки скажут, магазин. Сейчас
Мы никогда не видели еда. Скажи, что мы из Африки.
Да не, ну просто из России, что там?
Здесь такая хорошая бутылка. И там, дороже у нас.
Для вино,
Это, кстати, смотришь, цена, да? 4 каунс. Да, а это 8. Который нас отвезет домой.
А вот это я не знаю.
Ну что подумал? Домой на сайт повезет далеко, это не он, да?
Где? Первый час.
А они во второй не участвуют.
Ах, красавчик.
Второй тоже вот здесь.
Есть, да?
Конечно, участвовали. Альянс.
Вторая мировая.
Все были в Альянсе. Да?
По-моему, будет стоить дорого. Доктор Фаустус, твой знакомый, по-моему.
Да. Да, возьми телефон. Вау. А вот уже интересно. О, да.
Да, я всегда попадаю, я просто шикарно. Мадам Брошкина.
Да, и мадам попадала.
Похож на Запорожье.
Ну, конечно.
Блин, наклеили.
Да. А куда они пошли? Смотри, не уходят.
Well, 2-3 minutes up and down the street.
Он насыщ моего ищет.
I've got my phone.
It should be nice to try some beers here. Киа будешь?
Не пил? Пил.
Водку?
Да, мы в Шотландии.
Виски.
А, извини. Окей, какой?
Ну что-нибудь такое.
И да не
Браво.
Что мне нравится? А?
Сейчас интересно лучше.
Какой бенз? Возьми тогда.
Нет. А Билал?
Два. Хорошо.
Да? Что?
А что ты помнишь, посоветовал?
Ну, интересно, что они
Но у них whisky Белверф.
Не, я хочу пива.
Далмар пил. А что это за кауила?
Yeah.
Айла.
Which beer, local beer you have?
Well, we have, this is a beer
Гелен.
here, it's a real ale. It's from Abbymore,
Вот это.
okay?
Я.
It's a blonde one.
Say
A
it.
blonde.
Blonde? No, it's a
Dark one.
dark,
Окей.
sort of, it's made by, it's got raspberries in it, so it's got that raspberry flavour. Or you got Tennant's lager here.
But still bitter. Bitter compared with your lagers or your real ale. It is a bitter taste, bitter, very sweet. Not sweet, opposite of sweet.
Flower taste.
Flower taste, yeah, okay. See that one there? I'm
Я
just
бы
standing
не
in
имел.
the
Больше не вставай.
Oh, good news.
The news, oh well, anything.
Что виски?
Wait,
Очень оригинально.
that's 10.75.
Кооператор пробует.
Да,
Can you see bottle? Coal ice.
Ну, интересно, но, честно говоря, не очень такой вкус, чтобы его пить. Слишком много
да,
добавляют.
слишком много. А пиво?
Going back towards Macallan without realising it. Wait a minute, I've got to come back through it.
I'm sorry.
No problem, so sorry you guys were held up.
So, what's the problem?
Traffic.
I didn't listen. Ah, traffic.
Traffic lights at the
So
road
that's
crossings.
why we think.
When I was in Jeep of David, it was much bigger than this one. He had 2 places more on the back.
Yeah, that'll be a Discovery. It's called a Land Rover Discovery. That's what Morag thought she was getting, so we could get 7 in. Yeah, plus the driver, I think. And then it turned out that they had actually ordered this. Hello, baby.
Oh,
We're just leaving town too early.
Tommy, just up to you to send us
Sort that out.
where we have to go.
Yes.
This man is already crazy.
No, don't say
We are
this,
waiting
man.
for you, Tom. Tom, you are the man. Just tell us where we have to go.
Right now, back and relax till 7 o'clock. Did you try any other malts?
No. A machine. Нам нужен такая в Москве.
Да. Всем.
Я точно.
Точно. Даже Алексей готов.
А?
Даже ты готов.
Конечно. Она же не помешает в хозяйстве.
This is what we're
Awful.
sitting in. There's no other way around it, of course, it's just the hills.
It was like this when you came?
Yeah, goes on and on.
It's like Barvicha in Russia.
I'm sorry, Tom. Sorry.
Oh, absolutely no problem at all. No. I'm not sitting there, I'm sitting in the house. Not a problem.
Какой-то монстр.
По-китайски он говорит. Чоквау.
А?
Чоквау.
Чехов.
Ой, что за труба такая?
Это последний.
Ты, кстати, у Димы такой, что ли?
Не, у него другая, у него по раннему, более ранней модели. Тут 4 гигабайта памяти, короче.
А сколько здесь битов? 1.3, что ли?
Здесь 2.
А. 4 гигабайта. 4 гига это на карточке?
Жесткий диск.
Yeah, people are fishing.
О, прикольно, мне понравилось.
That's our bit as well. That's our fishing hut, just down there.
Do they catch fish here?
They do, people that know what they're doing catch fish. It's a very, it's a real art of knowing which fly to use, exactly where to cast, and then how to let the line go out, and then when to bring it back in. I've never done it. So I was just out there going, and all the fish would be off and, And the people who really know how to fish, they'll spend the whole day there just really working every part of the river beat, as we call it, and they'll catch fish. If the fish are there, sometimes there's no fish there, because they're all heading up to sea or back up to the tiny little streams to spawn. This guy in the front, he's doing 30 miles an hour. He's not going to Inverness. Yeah.
Говорю, ловлюсь на мысли, что не верится, что это шотландец. Да, похоже на российский, да?
He's saying that when we will keep some photos like videos, пока мы можем
какой, я вот в ней
находиться
сижу и хороший человек позвонил.
Sometimes get.
Is anyone allergic to prawns?
Excuse me?
Is anyone allergic to prawns or can't eat prawns?
Аллергию хотеть на креветки. Но
Everybody okay?
Дом фото. Снаружи достаточно большой, внутри маленький.
No, would
Невысокий шаг.
anyone like ice?
Yeah.
Ice, yeah.
Yeah, check.
Now, there's lots of wine in the fridge. Does anyone would rather have a glass of wine before we start?
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Me as well. Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. You just catching ice as it was dropping on the
Yeah, I'm probably going to do it just now, I think.
Ну а шкаф какой-то есть для хранения?
Нет, даже нет.
Плохо. Ну это плохо, она у нас
Но она
осталась.
в темноту лежит.
Ну даже в темноте, если она на кухне лежит, там
Нет, она не крупная, она в темноте.
все равно тепло, не очень.
Там не тепло.
Шкафчик, вот сейчас маленький продается шкафчик.
Не знаю, это сколько дочка. Я просто поставил.
Но ставить вообще нет.
Поставил букет, потом думаю, а что я жду? Год прошел, она стоит в тепле, неизвестно, что с ним будет. Думаю, сразу открываю, коробку снова испорчен.
Нет, а я купил, у меня кухня встроена небольшая. какие-то ягодки красненькие.
Это японское растение.
Нет, японская секвойя вот там, это другое. Мы, как правильно, ходим по дорожкам автомобилям, и знаешь, что будет.
Том нарушает правила. Мы его снимем и передадим эту запись кому следует. Да, наконец-то он 5-й раз приезжает, чтобы застать здесь дождь, и вот наконец-то.
Удачной поездки.
Да.
Не родился. У нас купили. Получилось бы вот.
Картошку перегнали.
Ну, видишь, вот они не понимают, что надо контактировать. Они в то время не контактировали, поэтому...
Знаешь, как на фоне, вот отсюда, на фоне вот этого.
Да?
Ну, вот так, и потом вот так.
120,000 cases globally, now to nearly just over approaching 500,000 cases. So it's almost doubled its growth. And that growth restriction has been obviously restricted by stock allocation. So the brand is growing at a very high rate. We have all new packaging. We have all new advertising. We've learned an awful lot more about our consumer than we previously knew. We've invested a lot in consumer research, a lot in trade research. We have a whole set of marketing tools that we never had before. We have launched Fine and Rare, and we're working on another exciting MBD initiative, some of which unfortunately I can't share with you because they're very early on. But the brand has maintained an awful lot of energy, a lot of pace, a lot of dynamism, which you don't necessarily see within a single malt category, which can be very slow and very undynamic. And I think that's one of the differences about the Macallan, is in the way we've positioned the brand as a stylish luxury brand. We want to make it the most luxurious spirit in the world. We want to build it into one of the great luxury brands. And that means you have to have a certain dynamism to you. You have to be relevant and appeal to what consumers are looking for now. And a lot of single malts, I felt when I joined the brand, were very old-fashioned, weren't really appealing to upmarket 35-year-olds, and were very European-focused. And I think that's where the Macallan truly has an opportunity. It's not just the fact that it's a wonderful product, which it is, a fantastic product with lots of awards and accolades. But I think that the brand's positioning and the energy and the pace and the kind of self-belief that the brand has will take it into many places that other single malts simply cannot go. And hopefully it will move beyond single malts into other categories. And I like to think of other great brands like Chanel or Hermes or Mercedes or Rolls-Royce. These brands have been going, many of them, for hundreds of years. But there were a few individuals along the way who've shaped those brands. You know, there was a moment when Mr. Rolls met Mr. Royce at a hotel in Manchester, and these two people came together and they said, well, you make great engines, I make great chassis. Let's do something together. That was a moment when Rolls-Royce was born. So there are moments in all great brands where a set of people come together, or set of events conspire to take the brand forward into something quite different. And I'd like to think that over our time that we'll make an impact on what the Macallan will become because of what we're doing now. So it's a very exciting brand. It's probably the best brand I've ever worked on. I've worked on some good brands with real heritage, but it's a tremendous brand because it has real product quality, an obsession with quality right at its heart. It's also combined, I think, with this dynamic energy that will propel it forward. So, welcome to the home of the Macallan, East Drelky's house. As you meet the people here and enjoy the comforts of the house and the beautiful landscape and the countryside, and start to learn why the Macallan is the world's most respected and admired single malt. We hope that you feel part of the Macallan family, and that when you think about the Macallan and you see the Macallan, that you feel warm, happy thoughts, and you feel part of, and you get a sense of what the Macallan's all about. And these immersion programs, we're running these around the world. We're very selective about who we invite to the immersion program, whether that's key trade people such as yourself, whether it's the brand ambassadors, whether it's brand managers or distributors. We try to make sure we invite and welcome the right people, and that once you're here that you have a really educational but enjoyable couple of days. And I think if you can become educated and learn things and enjoy yourself at the same time, then the whole thing just works much better. Okay, so welcome. Really what I wanted to do just for a few moments is I wanted to play you a brand film for you to get a sense of where you are. And this is a film that was shot from a helicopter. Unfortunately, I wasn't on the helicopter, but a gentleman called David Cox, who is director for Fine and Rare. And I'm sure, for the fullness of time, if you haven't met David, you will do. A very distinguished gentleman, rather like David Niven. We call him the David Niven of the office because he's very distinguished and well spoken. But he was in the helicopter when we filmed this footage, and he said it was a wonderful experience to fly over the estate. So I just thought I'd show this so you get a sense of the estate and the positioning.
Very beautiful wood. It's used historically in medicine. It's very versatile, and also very important for Macallan. This is a staple wood which is sustained in the forests in Northern Spain. These are very modern stylistic wood trees, and we have a misting effect occasionally to bring to mind the forests of Northern Spain. We have on this pillar, on the left, this front here, you'll see American oak and the States in the US where it comes from. And on the reverse of the pillar, we have the European oak in Spain, and it's highlighted on the map which part of northern Spain, Galicia, Asturias, and Cantabria, where the European oak comes from. And you can see the different properties.
Прочел надпись?
Contrasting the two different types of oak wood. Yep. Well, sometimes people like to look and study it really closely. I tend to just look at it without the magnifying glass. Now we have the early morning mist just appearing.
No, that's very, very nice.
Yeah. There are things all around each pillar describing various ancient properties of oak and what it was used for in the past. So historically it was a very good tree and bark to be used in medicines, and it's also been used for corks and shipbuilding, and it's a very sustainable wood as far as we go. Now this wall here in front of you is describing an effect that happens with oak, which is unique to the oak tree, and it's actually called, this is like a magnified, you can imagine a magnified piece of oak wood that's been magnified many times. When an oak tree is growing, there's this effect that goes on inside an oak tree called tylosis. This is the word here, tylosis. And what happens is that the outer wood, the sapwood, and the hardwood in the interior are separated by these large swelling that takes place within the actual wood. These channels in the wood swell up to form what we call the tylosis effect, which is making, if I can find the right term, making the wood totally waterproof. I hope. Yes. So what happens is this swelling takes place inside the oak and forms a barrier between the outside and the inside, and you end up with this waterproof wood, which is doesn't allow moisture or from the outside to get into the cask. So therefore it's a very good wood for us to be making casks. This tylosis effect only happens in oak trees. It doesn't happen in other types of wood, so this is one of the reasons we use oak for maturation of whiskey. The second reason is the strength of the wood. It's also combined with the waterproof properties. It's a very strong wood, and this is illustrated in the area just around the corner.
Как на доске режет,
Now we have over in this corner, we have a piece of oak which is an actual side cut from a tree, and this shows you the cuts that are made in the oak by the people when they're cutting the tree to make it into staves for casks. There's a very specific way of cutting the tree to gain the maximum amount of oak from a particular oak tree. The second property I wanted to illustrate was the strength of the oak. Internally, these are very nice oak seats made to illustrate the strength of the wood from the inside to the outside. We have, when an oak tree is growing, these rays that go from the center to the outside. These are called medullary rays, and in an oak tree they are actually much wider than they are in any other type of tree. So this gives great strength to the actual oak. So combined with the waterproof properties, you get this very strong, powerful wood, which is very ideal for making casks. We have on the wall here, this is three things up here to illustrate how the tree is cut when they're cutting an oak tree to make casks. They first of all take the wood from the center, they take it from across the middle, then again down vertically, and so on until the only pieces of the tree left that they are unable to use are like the pizza slices. So, this is then used for other things like furniture or wood. You know, it's not used for cask making, but the wood is always used in other household items that made of oak. Yep. So. play around with this too much, you can never get it back together. These stools have been made to illustrate the strength of the tree as well. They also have the marks on them where identifying the cutting that takes place when an oak tree is cut. So these are very solid medullary ray stools that are just to illustrate the strength of the actual wood itself.
Но надо в такие мебель надо покупать, если у тебя хороший клуб или то это супер.
First of all, they take the staves of the cask and they make this basic cask shape with the metal hoops on one end. They leave the cask open at the bottom, and this is a bit like a shuttlecock, like we would play badminton. It's called a shuttlecock shape. From here, this is then transferred onto the top of a fire, and the fire is allowed to burn up through the inside of the cask, and will then make this wonderful toasted interior to the cask. And the combination of the fire and by the addition of water will allow the base of the cask to curve inwards and to make the bottom shape. So then they have the hoops on this end, and you have the basic shape of the cask. No, it's just the wood. The wood itself is by the fire is being drawn in with the water. You'll see how this is working. The water is sprinkling from the top. The fire is in the base coming up. So they take this here.
It's a natural process.
No, there's a factory. There's a cooperage in Spain that's doing it. And,
but they just making without no equipment?
Well, the heat softens the wood and they gradually pull it together, and then they get enough tight together to put the bottom hoops on like they did with the top ones. Yeah, using the adze and the crows, and the bottom and the top are put in place, and then it's all sanded. It's totally closed. There is in between each stave, there is a piece of grass, like very thick grass, bulrushes, which is used to seal the wood between here so that there's no leakage. And then the cask is sanded at the end, and you end up with your final cask. So this is the process that's going on in Spain. They're making up to 65 of these casks every day over in the cooperage in Spain, which Macallan has contracted. So I'll just every day. I'll just put this quickly. This is a short film at the end just to illustrate what I've been talking about. So if you would like to have a seat down on one of the stools here and watch the film, it takes about 1.5 minutes. There's no commentary, but it's very visual. You'll be able to see exactly what's going on in the process.
Если он будет слишком скоро, то сгорит.
Ну и да, и там уже он не будет гнуть. Надо, чтобы он согнул. Да.
So you can see some of the things in the film that I was talking about, the firing and so on. That illustrates the cast making process from felling the tree right through to the cast being completed. This is the film just repeats itself again another time in cast still. All the equipment used is very traditional. This is an example of the type of tools. The ones in the centre are able to be moved. The ones on that side are fixed to the wall, but this will show you what they are using. You can imagine if you take that into your hand, the weight of it, and working with this kind of very traditional equipment all day long. It's a very manual process still. Yeah. So there's a description on the wall as what each tool is used for, and each has a very specific job to do in the cast making process.
Ну не больше 40 раз. Да вот здесь очень хороший. Вот она доля ангела здесь у нас сидит наверху вся.
Still a very traditional job, very manual, very heavy intensive labor required for this process. Then we have the final casts themselves. We have, this one has been opened for use on the side. This is an example of an American oak barrel. This has had bourbon in it before, and you can see from the interior how heavily charred it is. A requirement of the bourbon industry. They make this very heavily charred casks for making bourbon, and this is the type of cask we'd be using for the new make spirit to blend up as the Macallan fine oak. Then we have American oak. What we do with these is we break them down into staves when they come here to Scotland, and we rebuild them into a cask that's slightly bigger, 50 litres more. So we take these American barrels and we make them up again into a 250 litre cask. We call it the hogshead, and these are made from the smaller size. This is a more convenient size for storage here in our warehouses, and also it's exactly half of the normal 500 litre size that we get from Spain.
From the small.
We have a cooperage here in Scotland that's putting casks together. Near Glasgow we have our own company that's putting them. How? So did you say it?
Yeah, I mean you just take away all this.
All of that's taken away. We end up
with the parts of old.
Yes. We use more rock. The only thing we have to do is make a new name. Some technical problems with this, so they had to shut it down because of the heat and the cooling, and the heat and the cooling has caused problems in the glass. But if you just wait 1 second, I'll turn it on for a moment just to give you an idea of the colour, because it's a wonderful range of colours. I'll just
Да, прикольно.
Вообще
there has been technical difficulties with the glass, but this wall was designed to illustrate the natural colour that comes from the cast after the spirit's been matured. It takes most wonderful colours from the very dark, which might be a sherry cask from a new fill, to the very pale from the American oak casks, or an intermediate from cask that's possibly been refilled. Now this whole range of colour is what our whiskey maker is working with when they put together bottlings of Macallan at the bottling times. It's a completely natural process of choosing and rejecting casks until we have the actual bottling done. There's no colour or any other type of additives added to the final choice of whiskies. It's a completely natural choice of the whiskey maker to put this together. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. And hopefully this problem will be and then all of that will fell on the floor. Just right in
So live are going to come back and use
That's the whole point. It's going to be changed. So we have along here we have our road tunnel of cool blue. This is where the aromas are also so important to Macallan. We have the various aromas we associate with completed whiskey. You get the cereal, you get fruits, you get the woodiness, you get citrus, and so on, all the way down here. There's no aroma actually on the glasses on this side, but along here we have these glass vessels are containing the various aromas that you associate with the completed spirit. So you do get fresh fruit, chocolate, apple, spice. So you can nose them as we go down, and you'll get the different characteristics that we associate with the final whiskey. Particularly the spicy and the dried fruits we would associate with the sherry type Macallan. The citrus, floral and vanilla, very much a characteristic of the American bourbon cask for the final. Yeah. So they're all different from each other.
Да, запахи такие все интересные. Вот слушай, у меня
Что такое флора?
А хлора, вот я только что поняла. Ну, знаешь, мне как мармелад.
Лепестки.
We have down this final row here, we have on the right hand side we have the United States, and on the left we have stage. So you have stage, backstage, the process of treatment is exactly the same on either side, but just taking place in the two different countries. So you have America here and stage here, and stage by stage, going all the way down this Colorado. No, this is all the way down to get to the American bourbon distilleries here. This is Heaven Hill in Kentucky, and this is the Spanish sherry in the south in Hemet. This is their bodega where they're storing sherry casks. bourbon casks at Heaven Hill Distillery in Kentucky. Then both things come together back here at Macallan. So on either side you have the same shots of Easter Elky's house and the area around the Macallan. And we're filling the new make spirit into the two types of cask to produce the final products from our whiskey maker. And we've also got our master of wood here in the shop. So the two things have come fully together here at the distillery to make our final range of whiskies, which some of them are here on the wall. We have the fine oak along the bottom, much paler and lighter in colour, and then the more slightly darker sherry oak whiskies along the top, including some of our products that we are duty-free, Elegantia. Yeah, it's a 12-year-old 1 litre size that we make for the duty-free market. It's sold mainly at duty-free outlets. If you're flying through an airport, you'll see the cask strength 1 litre, this one here, and the 12 Elegantia.
Understand Eleganza and single malt we have sold it's same but in different bottles. Yes?
Yeah, it's slightly larger. And they sell them in a litre size because it's a more convenient product to buy at a
Какова какая-то еще Алекс мне сказал, как называется? Еще вышка
Fun and rare.
And also the tank.
Non, perché io come facevo sei da collezione. Da cask strength.
После потом как помады.
Пистолет тоже можно, в принципе.
And she'll what's going on. This is the visiting from Russia. You're probably very familiar with fine and rare already.
Have you seen the fine and rare products before? Yeah, and I know a little bit about it. If you look behind you, you will see empty casks. These casks were decanted into gallon bottles in 2002. The whiskey was a bottle this size, so it's easy for us to decant. So we then bottle this into large bottles, either 70 or 75 cl, and miniature bottles. So it's all hand done. So to fill the bottles, you stand with your bottle and tip it. There's a capsule machine here to put the capsules on. We then put the labels on by hand using our trusty glue stick. So we just glue the labels on. It's all done by hand. So very time consuming. So if you place a large order of fine and rare, it does take quite a while to actually organise it and get it packaged up. 1 or 2 bottles, we can send these out pretty quickly, but large orders, it can take us some time. So when we decanted the casks, we put them into the gallon bottles. This stopped any further evaporation. It meant that the alcohol content of the whiskey would remain the same. If we left it in the cask, obviously it would keep evaporating, keep reducing over time. So through here, this is where we store all the gallon bottles. is a cast. So as you can see, some of the palettes are looking quite sparse. We are running out of some of the vintages. The 1972 vintages we don't have much left. Then once we have bottled the whiskey, we then put it into our store, which I'll show you through to the store.
Не задерживайтесь.
In here you get a real feel for the different tints, the different colours of the fine and rare. You can see that there's many ranges of colour. Just natural, we don't use any caramel, so this is just the natural colour of the whiskey.
Может быть, лучше попробовать провести маленькую бутылочку?
Ну попробуй.
Надо будет сдать багаж. Ну, как я сам багаж, маленькую бутылку.
Ну сдашь багаж маленький.
Нет, вещи положите, сдать. Не вижу, что это. Ну, что это не разрешает.
Это старые, которые они могли заработать.
Yeah, that's it.
Нет, это там и что-то. А сверху, кстати, сверху на эфир. 48. Это тоже можно.
37 год.
Потом здесь это градусная. In the terrace what was the bottle that the same day made the poster for the Beatles who made it.
Oh, this one, yeah, I have. The Blake. This is a bottle of 1926, 60-year-old whiskey. We had the same bottles in the Fine and Rare collection, but without the fancy label. It's probably worth about 55,000 upwards, so it's price issue. We also have another 1926 with an Adami label. This is owned by a private collector. We just keep it here for him.
Excuse me, what the difference of the colors? It's the same with the shirt test?
Yes, it's just this might be a first full cask, or this might be a second full cask. So it could be, it's all to do with the cask, because there is no caramel used at all. So you can notice this is probably the lightest fine and rare we have, right up to the 72, which would be the darkest. So it looks like a completely different product. Like this one, really dark.
Что-то смотрит 33 года, 34 года.
Сейчас бутылка внизу. Только внизу. Кто делал этикетки, конечно, был как бы. Это тоже человек, который сделал дизайн обложка Beatles Sgt. Pepper.
Да?
Он сделал дизайн.
Смотри, вот написано 33 года и крепость меньше, чем 34 года.
А видишь, разлито до 2002.
Ну да, но это Китай другая различия.
Да,
Это
да,
разные
да.
площади. Здесь разные площади. Кругом написано новая площадь. И это разные площади зависит. Привычка покупать на
Ну здесь по себестоимости.
Мне нужно две бутылки.
Очень много известно людей на это было.
It's often the case when you want to be
We're going to go into, just briefly into the what we call the marrying warehouse, where we marry together the whiskey after we've chosen the whiskey from the casks. It's taken out of the warehouse and is put together into one tank. So if it's, for example, a 12-year-old, it's all put together into a tank here, and then from there it's put over to these warehouses to mix together over a period of 5 or 6 months. So we're just still open, we'll be able to go in and have a look.
Прощайте. Телефоны.
Just explain what happens in this warehouse. After we've chosen the syrup to go forward to the bottling, the casks are then taken out of the warehouse next door and they're put together into a large tanker. The tank is then transferred into individual casks here, and the whiskey mixed with water to bring it down to just above the bottling strength is placed into these old wooden casks to a left to marry together. So the casks are all painted different colours depending on what whiskey is being married. These ones all along here contain 12-year-old. We never put like an 18 into these marrying casks for 12. The 18 would be over there in the blue casks, and then further down you would have the 25, 30 and so on. So the casks are only used for that particular age of whiskey. So you can see what we have in here is these are used oak casks. There's no colour more coming into the whiskey. So the whiskey has been reduced to about 46% if it's a 43% whiskey. So they do this with more of the water from our own source. So the whiskey and the water are in here together. They're allowed to mix together over a period of 4 or 5 months before it's ready to be taken out to go to Glasgow for bottling. So this is what we call the marriage warehouse, where we're marrying together the whiskey and the water we use to reduce the alcohol strength.
Which is the most famous single malt in the Highlands? Actually.
Depends how you define famous, whether it's awareness or
Awareness.
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 Awareness. Awareness is something. Again, another question amongst who. Depends which amongst the general population.
Worldwide.
Yeah, I'm guessing it would be the two leading blends because they're used in modern terms.
The name is?
So the word blend itself has a certain blend, so blend anything. Pick up its awareness and blend something.
Again.
Blend is
Рыбак.
Ну вот мы в прошлый раз так вот по коленке стояли.
It's a place of wires, wires and transport. all the Macallan estates. It's all our estate now.
Вес это Макалан. Distillery.
It's a whale. Storing that whale. We'll get a short a turn to get out and go over to the fishing hut. If you want to take go to side of the river. Macallan on a part of the river as well.
Yeah.
Нашу рыбу ловят.
We were somewhere near last time. There's no fish.
А что мы остановимся, спросим? Всю рыбу ловят, да? А вот на том берегу, это точно браконьеры.
Да. Завтра вот подряд. Да. Нет рыбы.
Динамит. Есть рыба сразу. Здесь карась.
Да, конечно. И лягушка.
Прудик такой хороший.
Go out?
Oh yeah.
No, go this way.
This way.
No, no, underneath the pool.
Ah, окей.
That's it.
Здесь курить можно?
Нет, ты что?
Почему?
Здесь нельзя.
Как нельзя?
Особенно нельзя здесь.
Можно.
Ты рыбу распугаешь.
Какая рыба здесь? Рыбы пробить не было.
Но рыбаков.
There's the gilly.
Главное, есть рыбаки.
This is all the Macallan, this is the Macallan own this beach. So it's
Okay.
Это для того, кто хочет играть. Лови.
Рыбака сниму. Болезненно.
Ой, засосал.
Да, лежит. Сидит и смотрит.
И
на.
идет.
Да. Когда мы с
Сетку
ним...
ставишь, перегораживаешь вот так. Все хорошо. Вся рыба наша.
Да. Мы тут обедали в прошлый раз.
Не пойманной рыбой?
Да. Заранее подготовлены.
You see how the river can come right up to that point.
Не, ну судя по фотографиям, кто-то здесь что-то ловил.
Не, ну знаешь, фотографии можно и принести с собой.
То есть в магазине купил рыбу, да?
Почему нет? Так бывает.
Нет, ты знаешь, что у нас
Fisherman.
I'll get you.
Excuse me,
Yes.
I might have a look at one of the showers not working.
Shower's not working?
Yes.
I don't know really.
Can I have a look and see?
Oh yeah, sure. I think
Here they come now, we'll check.